who built one of India's biggest coaching empires from scratch, finds himself at the center of a criminal investigation. Faisal Khan, aka, or better known as Khan Sir, reached the Patna Civil Court today as legal troubles mounted over the firing incident at his coaching institute earlier this week. And while his lawyers say he could not formally surrender as court hours had ended and will now seek anticipatory bail, the controversy surrounding him is only getting bigger because the Patna police have registered an FIR against Khan Sir under serious charges, including provisions related to abetment and Arms Act. And after his two security guards allegedly told investigators that they fired their licensed weapons on his instructions, on Khan Sir's instructions during a violent clash outside the coaching center on June 2nd. And Khan Sir has denied any wrongdoing, maintaining that the guards acted in self-defense. But the questions are multiplying, viewers, with each passing hour, because there are several people asking many questions and they want answers to: did the firing cross a legal line? Was it a case of self-defense amid chaos? Or did it amount to misuse of force? And the case has also sparked emotional reactions on the ground, with hundreds of students gathering outside his coaching institute in support, turning the issue into a larger debate on celebrity educators, law enforcement, and public perception. So today we ask viewers, is Khan Sir the victim of a crackdown, or does the law have serious questions that must be answered? We have Professor C.V. Sharma, educationist, joining us live on this broadcast, along with Yashovardhan Azad, former IPS officer. A very good evening to you, gentlemen. Firstly, Mr. Yashovardhan Azad, how do you look at an educator giving orders to his guard with licensed weapons to openly fire, allegedly openly fire?
No, I think we should look at it in the whole context. I mean, the question is, there was an attack, I believe. I'm not here to investigate the case.
That's right.
But the question is, as if Khan Sir's institute was attacked and he was trying to act in self-defense, then I don't see the reason why there should be such a hullabulla about it. Yes, he asked his two guards, and the point is that the two guards had these licensed weapons from Nagaland. Why do they have from Nagaland? Because every case, if you apply in Bihar or any other state for license, you're just denied. So you see, it speaks of a system which is cracked. More than, this question is that one coaching institute had some grievance against the other coaching institute or over promotional year. The actual cause is the coaching mafia, which is paralyzing the state. Even for Daroga exams, can you imagine that there is a coaching program? So if you look at the whole concept, then you have to appreciate that the coaching mafia will always have competitive between them, and the way to solve is to make out who is the attacker. And then, take care. Police takes the easy way out, making cross-reference cases from both sides. But the question is, the person who's the attacker, he's the one who should be brought to book.
Professor Sharma, Khan Sir is not just a teacher, he's a public figure with millions of followers across social media platforms. Does that create a higher responsibility, especially in situations involving law and order?
Khan Sir, as the title says, is a sir, a teacher, primarily a teacher. Everything attached to him is because of being a teacher. I would look at it from a different perspective. I teach, I have my students, and I have my point of view. I teach them, they may differ, but there is never a situation where somebody would like to hit me or kill me, because in education, we may differ, but we give our arguments. Look, today I had a student whom I said that you cannot get a degree, and she was very upset, but I had to tell her, this is the law, these are regulations, look at it, read it, and so you're not eligible. She did not even shout on me. She said, yes, sir, I will look into the rules. My take on it would be, as a teacher, I teach and I don't cross my limits. Look, as it happens, and it can happen, I become a very popular teacher. So the town knows me. Wherever I go and I say, I'm such a, oh, you're such and such. So sometimes that gets on my head that I am more popular, more powerful than the minister or the district administration or collector or SP or DIG. That should not happen. let me remain a teacher and nothing will happen. I am surprised why the sir had to take two bodyguards. The SP, the DIG, the collector needs a bodyguard because they take decision where somebody is hurt, somebody is unfair. I mean, not agreeing and can do something. My students would never go against me if I am justified, if I am honest in my approach, and I don't cross my limits. I hold a point of view. Third point, I hold a point of view, a political maybe. I have to justify this. Even a student who is opposed to my idea, my argument, will not try to hit me, kill me, or whatever. Why do I need a bodyguard? I believe Khan sir, through the process of education, has taken a position of a mafia, as my co-panelist said. ये माफिया जैसा काम हो गया कि हम तो more powerful than the real actual power. I accept the SP, the collector, they hold administrative position, so they have to wield power, they have to take decisions. But as a teacher, I hold a different power. But I would not require a bodyguard. So my take would be, why has this sir taken that position? And fourth point I would like to make. When I start making political decisions or political statements, then it becomes difficult. Then you are either X party or Y party. I hold a point of view, but I will have to have a neutral point of view where I can justify to all concerned. I take a point of view, say today, which hurts BJP, but I will have to give my arguments. So BJP would not think that he is against me or my party, and that is why he is saying this. Right? You get my point. As a teacher, I have to be neutral. I may hold a point of view in ideology, but I will justify and let my students also give their point of view, and I don't need a bodyguard. My first point is does not require bodyguard. If he requires a bodyguard, he's not a teacher. He's not a teacher. He has become a politician, a mafia, or whatever you define him. He is not a teacher. Don't call him Khan sir. Call him Mr. Khan.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Azad, the guards have reportedly claimed that they acted on, Mr. Faisal Khan's instructions.
No, let me. Yeah,
How significant is such a statement?
Let me sort of talk about my co-panelist. Sure. You see, he's confusing a college education with a coaching mafia. Both are coaching mafias. And he's talking about politics. I don't know what politics he's talking about. I don't know whether Khan is interested in politics, not in politics, and whether the other guy is supporting which party or not party. I'm not interested.
He has been making political statements.
Let him make political statements. That's not the issue. The issue here, my co-panelist, is that there are two coaching institutes across the road. One coaching institute students go and attack the other coaching institutes. That is what the police said. The issue is not about teaching. The issue is not about anything. The issue is it's because of the promotional campaign one was carrying out. Both the coaching mafias were carrying out promotional campaigns. One was going ahead.
Fight between two competitors, basically, right?
So, yes. So when they attacked, they are not bodyguards. They are the security guards. So how the hell does it make any difference whether if you know, I don't know whether you're from Bihar. I'm from Bihar and Patna. So I know Patna, how it is exactly, and Musallapur, that particular area. And therefore, if he's keeping bodyguard for his own the institute, coaching institute protection, and he said if the attack is from the other side, repulse it. What else do you do? In America, you fire and you kill also in self-defense. Let's not bring politics. Let's not bring, all kinds of things, teaching, etc. Yes, I'm from Delhi University. I was going to teach for a while, but I got into the IPS. That's a totally different stream. What I'm saying is, if our education system is a rotten one, that is exactly why these coaching institutes are coming up. Look at it, from UPSC to Daroga to everywhere. These are coming up. These are the people who are giving ads. These are the coaching institutes which are helping in leaking papers. So the question is, let us look at the issue and keep it away from politics or, teaching, etc., etc. What really happened? And the way Bihar is going, you'll have mushrooming of more and more coaching institutes. This is the issue we have to look at, not Khan sir per se. I'm not interested what he does or what he doesn't do. Thanks.
Professor Sharma, where should the line...
Yashovardhanji, I quite agree with your argument.
Okay.
I have just 2 points to make.
Sure,
See,
sure, sir.
He
Please
has
go ahead.
got into that fame or this position because of being a teacher. One. Now he exceeds or he crosses that limit, and now he is in a different business of selling education that you will look at as a IPS officer. I am from Bihar. I knew Bhagwat Jha Azad as well, and my father was very close. They were classmates. They were classmates in TNB college. So I know Bihar. Now, this Khan sir gets into that aura or that circle because of being a teacher. Now he exceeds, and then your domain comes as an IPS officer. My take on it is, as a teacher, he doesn't require bodyguard, he doesn't require all this. But when he gets into the business of education, when he gets into the mafia education, then he gets into your domain, and now you will say what to do. As a teacher, I believe I don't require a bodyguard, I don't require security. I can take an opposite point of view from my students, and they will never hit me because I will convince them.
Well, Professor Sharma, there is a fine line between campus security and excessive use of force, if there is, according to you. Where should that line be drawn? Because Khan sir says that they acted out of self-defense to protect the campus because there were stones being pelted, there was incidents of vandalism that were reported. So where should this line be drawn, sir?
Sir, this is not a case of education or anything related to education. Now this gets into the domain of business, and there can be business rivalry, and Khan ji is in a business rivalry that has to be looked into different. He is getting into a criminal nexus for selling his coaching institute vis-a-vis another. Now that's crime, and I think Yashovardhan ji will answer that.
Yashovardhanji, how important are these testimonies from these two bodyguards? Because they claim that they acted on Mr. Khan's instructions. From an evidentiary standpoint, how important and significant are these statements, for the investigation?
See, I'll talk on both the points. One is the first aspect is what Sharma ji just said just now, and I totally agree. This is exactly the issue. When you make education a business, this is the kind of issues which will come up. And I also agree with him that Khan sir has, sort of went beyond that domain, commenting on various things. It's like, it's like Baba Ramdev, who was an excellent yoga practitioner and suddenly became a preacher. So as far as the investigation goes, well, it's proven.
We found a COVID cure also.
It's proven that the bodyguards have said that उन्होंने कहा और उसीलिए हमने fire किया. And of course they had the license from the Nagaland. That's a very disputed thing. In fact, the police everywhere, from Bombay, they recovered so many weapons in which the licensing had been done from Nagaland. And obviously, it's for a particular consideration. So it's a whole lot of things for people to investigate. Yes. On that part, the culpability of Khan, yes, sir, is there. Now, the witnesses will say and the judges will see whether it was a rightful act of self-defense. But one thing is there, which both Sharma ji and I agree on. This is a business in education, which is getting more and more rotten. Days of TNB college and Sharma ji and our fathers have gone. Now, education is, something else.
We can see that in the exorbitant fees that they charge in so many private schools. But Professor Sharma, why are students rallying behind Mr. Khan after the entire, episode?
See, that happens. And that is what I said. If I'm a very good teacher, our students become like disciples.
So you're saying that the students are blinded by the popularity of Mr. Khan, that they would go to any extent to shield him and even lie for him if they have to?
Yes, I think so, because I have seen that and I have enjoyed that popularity. If your students feel that you're so good, they become like our disciples. I will agree and accept. So sometimes they also exceed their limit. Beta aisa kar do, to kar deta hai. So I think this is what is happening. Khan is definitely a very good orator. He teaches very well. He prepares his argument and he presents it so well, powerfully, that his students are likely to become like disciples, and he is actually misusing that popularity of a teacher for his business. And now that he has created an empire where he requires to fight with other competitors who are in the same business. So we will have to draw that line. it is not a case of academic rivalry or whatever. It's a case of business rivalry where they are fighting, and this will have to be looked into through the lens of law and the law of the land. It has
Mr.
nothing to do with education.
Uh-huh.
And Khan sir is exploiting education.
Yeah, and students are just, being
Become a
blinded by
pawn.
the kind of popularity, the Instagram reels, YouTube videos. I mean, all of these are really enough to impress the Gen Z crowd these days. But,
Yes.
Mr. Azad, we are seeing large student mobilization. I'll ask you the same question that I asked Professor Sharma, but in a different way. We're seeing large student mobilizations in support of Mr. Khan. But can public pressure really influence investigations? And how should the police, handle such situations when there are thousands of students rallying behind Khan sir, saying that he is innocent? It was all in an act of self-defense.
No, I think the police should be absolutely indifferent to any kind of a public pressure. It doesn't matter whether, Khan Saab has about 1 lakh people behind him or not. The question is culpability of an offense. If the bodyguards have fired, the evidence is there. It has come on the CCTV. They have given witnesses a statement. What else do you need? Now, one thing is true that the students, even we, when we were students, whether in St. Xavier's, Patna, or in Delhi School of Economics or Hindu, we still remember our teachers. We revere them, in fact. And Sharmaji is right. If somebody is like him, obviously we'll follow. But that should not, he rightly said, should not pressurize the SP or the DIG or the investigating officer. So I do hope this is looked at properly. But the larger issue which arises out of it, which both me and Sharmaji have pointed out, this war, business war in education must stop. If you have coaching for Daroga exam, then we are really going in for the pits. And that is an important thing the government should do it less of.
Well, Professor Sharma, your closing remarks, we have 30 seconds there. How do you stop the education mafias from operating in such huge scales, competing against each other, jeopardizing the lives of students, leaking papers? How do you put an end to all of this?
I think there has to be a regulation on coaching institutes and the whole business of coaching. We don't have it. Read the National Education Policy 2020. We have been suffering from this mafia for a long time. There's not a word in the National Education Policy about coaching institutes. More than that, you had coaching institute for science to get admission to engineering colleges. After the NEP, you started CUET. Now you have coaching institute for arts and commerce as well. I would say the government must look into it very closely. This is getting murkier by the day and destroying your education sector. You must leave it to academics to decide and fight. Come up with a regulation on mafia, on coaching mafia. This must stop.